You've done it 1,000 times, maybe more. A quick peck goodbye, a slow kiss at the end of a first date. You've never once questioned why your lips do this. It just feels natural. It feels obvious. But the real answer is far stranger than anything you've ever considered. Kissing is not universal, not even close. For decades, anthropologists assumed every human culture kissed romantically, the same way every culture eats or sleeps. Then in 2015, researcher William Jankowiak and his colleagues surveyed 168 cultures around the world. The results surprised almost everyone. Fewer than half of them showed any evidence of romantic sexual kissing at all. Entire societies spanning thousands of years never developed the habit. So if kissing isn't hardwired into every human on Earth, where did it actually come from? And why does it still feel so essential to you? Start with the body. Your lips are packed with nerve endings, thousands of them, crowded into a tiny strip of skin. That's not an accident. Lips are among the most sensitive areas on your entire body, rivaled only by your fingertips. When two people kiss, they're pressing together two of the most nerve-dense surfaces the human body has. Your brain lights up, dopamine rises. Oxytocin, often nicknamed the bonding hormone, floods your system. Cortisol, your stress hormone, actually drops. Your body is not just enjoying a kiss, it's chemically rewriting how it feels about the person in front of you. But feeling good isn't the same as explaining why kissing exists. Evolution doesn't reward pleasure for its own sake. Pleasure is usually a signal pointing towards something useful. So researchers went looking for the function underneath the feeling. One leading theory comes from evolutionary psychologist Gordon Gallup. His research suggests kissing may function as a kind of unconscious mate assessment. When you kiss someone, you're not just enjoying a sensation, you're gathering information, taste, smell, the subtle chemical signals hidden in another person's saliva and breath. Some of that information may relate to genetic compatibility, immune system differences, even hormonal status. Your conscious mind has no idea any of this is happening. It just registers the kiss as good or off, or somewhere in between. Underneath that simple judgment, your body may be running a biological background check. Here's where it gets stranger. Some researchers, including biological anthropologist Helen Fisher, have connected mouth-to-mouth contact to something far older than romance: feeding. Many primates, and even some human cultures, use a behavior called premastication. A parent chews food and passes it, mouth-to-mouth, into an infant's mouth. It looks almost identical to kissing. Some scientists believe romantic kissing may have evolutionary roots in this ancient feeding behavior, later repurposed by human culture into an act of intimacy rather than nourishment. The same motion, a completely different meaning. Your brain may have simply borrowed old wiring and given it a new job. You should pause here and ask yourself something. Does that change how you think about a kiss? Probably not while it's happening, but it might explain why the act feels so instinctive, even though, as you now know, entire cultures never developed it at all. So if kissing isn't universal, where did romantic kissing, the kind you probably think of first, actually begin? For a long time, popular history credited ancient Rome with turning the kiss into a cultural practice, complete with different words for different types of kisses. A kiss on the hand, a kiss between friends, a passionate kiss between lovers. But newer research pushes the timeline back much further. In 2023, researchers publishing in the journal Science, including biblical scholar Sophie Rabinowitz and Assyriologist Troels Pank Arbel, pointed to written records from Mesopotamia dating back over 4,500 years. Clay tablets describing kissing in romantic and sexual contexts. Long before Rome, long before most of the civilizations you probably learned about in school. That timeline matters because it reframes the question entirely. Kissing isn't a single human invention that spread outward from one culture to the rest of the world. It looks more like something that emerged independently, again and again, in different places, while other cultures never picked it up at all. Which raises an uncomfortable question. If kissing isn't essential to human bonding, why does it feel essential to you? Part of the answer might be closer to home than you expect. You weren't born knowing how to kiss. You learned it from movies, from books, from watching people around you. Culture didn't just permit kissing. In many societies, culture manufactured the expectation of it. By the time you were old enough to kiss someone yourself, the idea had already been installed in you for years. That doesn't make the feeling fake. Oxytocin doesn't care where the behavior came from, but it does mean the urge you experience as pure instinct is partly, quietly, a product of the culture you grew up inside. Here's the twist that changes everything you've just heard. If kissing isn't biologically mandatory, but the emotional and chemical response to it is real and measurable, then kissing sits in a strange category. Not quite instinct, not quite invention, something closer to a technology. A behavior humans discovered, or in some places never discovered, that happens to plug directly into ancient neural circuitry built for bonding, feeding, and mate assessment. You didn't inherit kissing the way you inherited your fingerprints. You inherited the wiring that makes kissing feel meaningful, and then culture handed you the specific behavior to plug into that wiring. Think about what that means the next time you kiss someone, or even the next time you watch two characters kiss on a screen and feel something shift in your chest. That reaction isn't random. It's ancient circuitry, built for detecting a good mate and building trust between two people, firing off in response to a behavior your culture taught you, layered on top of instincts your body developed for entirely different reasons millions of years earlier. There's a modern mirror to all of this, and it's easy to miss. Dating apps now let people skip physical contact for weeks or months before ever meeting in person. Some researchers have started studying what happens to attraction when kissing, and the biological data gathering it may provide gets delayed that long. Early findings suggest something people already suspect from experience. Meeting someone you've only texted with, then kissing them for the first time, can completely reshape your sense of whether you're actually compatible. All that biological information your body has been trying to gather this whole time finally arrives, sometimes contradicting weeks of text-based chemistry. You've probably felt some version of this yourself. A conversation that felt electric online and then felt strangely flat in person. Or the opposite. That gap between digital connection and physical chemistry may be, in part, your body waiting for information it was designed to collect through contact your ancestors never had to wait for. So the next time you kiss someone, or think back on a kiss that changed how you felt about a person, you're not just experiencing a small, simple gesture. You're activating a nerve-dense patch of skin your species repurposed from feeding infants. You're triggering a hormonal response that evolved to build trust between people who needed to cooperate to survive. You're gathering biological information you'll never consciously register. And you're doing all of it inside a cultural script that, for roughly half of human societies throughout history, was never even written. You've done it 1,000 times, maybe more, but now you know it was never really that simple.